Hi, I'm Ju Kwong from Golf Digest Singapore, and here we are today with Tom Hutton, Titleist Southeast Asia Golf Ball Product Manager, who's here to talk a little bit about four new balls from Titleist. You know, the #1 golf ball brand in the world, I believe. And
That's right.
Tom, take us away.
Sure.
Tell us a little bit about some of the new products out there.
Well, we're introducing into 2014 our new performance category. Performance category encompasses our NXT Tour golf ball, NXT Tour S. NXT Tour S also comes in yellow. Then Velocity, DT Solo, and DT Solo also comes in yellow. So it's the same lineup as we had before, but obviously all of the balls have been re-engineered and improved to help golfers get more out of them.
Okay.
So if we start with the NXT Tour and NXT Tour S.
Okay.
So NXT Tour and NXT Tour S remain as the best performing Titleist golf balls below the Pro V1 or Pro V1X.
Okay.
They have a fuser blend cover, which gives us the best short game control for, as I said, a golf ball that's not a urethane covered golf ball. It's not a Pro V1 or a Pro V1X.
Okay. So fuser blend basically is the material of the cover.
That's the material of the cover. That's correct.
See.
Yeah. So that's a patented Titleist material.
I see.
That gives us great short game control.
Okay.
So both these balls have the same cover, but
Okay.
they have different cores, and that's where the difference lies in terms of the feel. So the soft version has a slightly softer core than the NXT Tour version, so the S version. And because of that, with full swing shots, you get softer feel.
Okay.
What I should say is because the covers are both the same, there's not any difference with feel around the greens because you're obviously not compressing the golf ball when you're just playing a little chip or a putt.
Okay.
So the feel you get around the greens is usually from the cover.
I see.
Whereas when you fully compress the golf ball, that's when you start to feel the core of the golf
Okay.
ball, and that's when you feel the difference between the NXT Tour and the NXT Tour S.
Now, feel and performance, they're the same, they're not the same. I mean, you say the feel is different.
Yep.
On full swing shots.
Correct.
But how do they perform?
Okay.
Between the two?
Feel is a preference. Some people prefer a softer ball, some people prefer a harder ball.
Really? Okay.
So, feel, we don't view feel as so much to do with performance, it's more of a preference for the golfer. As far as performance is concerned, these two balls will both perform exceptionally well, and there's not an awful lot of difference in the performance. As I said, the main difference is in the feel, which is more of a preference, I'd say. We also see, so feel's a preference, colour's a preference, hence why we also have the yellow version of NXT Tour S there.
And this is not just any yellow. It's a special type of yellow, isn't it?
Well, it's a pearlescent yellow. It looks pretty good out of the box.
Yeah. It looks as if it can glow in the dark.
I don't know about glowing in the dark,
Okay.
but you got that. Yeah. But it's
pretty luminescent, isn't it?
It's a good looking
Okay.
yellow. It really is a good looking yellow. Yeah.
Now, in terms of on the topic of performance, I mean, what re-engineered features are there? You mentioned a little about the core. What new re-engineered features are there in the NXT Tour
So
and Tour S?
the main thing we've done with the NXT Tour and the NXT Tour S is we've made them both a little bit softer.
Okay.
So they're both feeling a little bit better around the greens. What typically happens if you make a golf ball softer is that you reduce spin. So if you make the core of a golf ball softer, you usually reduce spin. Now, what happens if you make the cover of a golf ball softer is you usually increase spin. We've done both those things to the new NXT Tour and NXT Tour S, and we found that they've balanced each other out, so we've not lost any of the short game control or the spin, whilst making the golf balls softer so that there's an added or a nicer feel for the golfer.
Okay.
So that's the main difference with the NXT Tour and the NXT Tour S. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
All
right. Then we have the Velocity.
The velocity. Okay.
So Velocity is our it's our distance ball. It's the fastest off the tee. It's a low spinning golf ball. It'll go a long distance. Although I have to say some of the feedback we've had for not just the new model but also the old model shows us that as far as field's concerned and performance around the greens, this ball actually does kind of stack up with the rest as well, which is very good. Typically if you think about a distance golf ball, you think about something that's very hard, that goes a long way, that doesn't spin very much. But Velocity performs very, very well around the greens as well as off of the tee or with the longer shots.
Okay.
With the Velocity, we've managed to add more distance, and we've also made it feel softer as well. So we've changed the aerodynamics of the cover. to start with. So the dimple pattern, I should say. So the dimple pattern's been modified. It's now a little bit closer to the Pro V1X dimple pattern.
Really?
328 dimples, 7 different sizes.
So more aerodynamic?
So it's, yep, the flight's reduced a little bit. So the ball's staying slightly, it's more stable through the air. It's coming in with a slightly shallower angle of descent, so we're getting a little bit more distance, we're getting more roll, and yeah, etc. And then it also, we've managed to make it a little bit softer again. So so the ball's feeling a bit softer, and most golfers will experience more distance out of it as well. Okay. Yeah, you know, overall an excellent golf ball. Okay. Okay, and then
the legendary, and yeah, the legendary DT Solo has been a while for it. It's been around for a while.
It certainly has, and it's interesting you say that because every time we re-engineer the DT Solo, we have to keep that in mind because we can't really completely change it. You know, if we change it too much,
because people like that.
Because people like the
old ball.
Exactly right.
Exactly.
So one of the things we did with this one was we changed the dimple pattern.
Okay.
So we modified the dimple pattern to a 376 dimples by 8 different sizes, but the last time we played around with the dimple pattern for a DT Solo, some feedback we had from a lot of golfers was this doesn't really look like the DT Solo I'm used to playing. So when R&D looked at the dimple pattern or the redesign of the dimple pattern for the DT Solo, one thing they kept in mind was trying to keep it, whilst improving the aerodynamics and the dimple pattern, try and keep it looking like the old one. Because you know, at the same time, there's obviously you have all the performance benefits of these golf balls and the preference options as well, but which come from obviously hitting the golf ball. But when you're looking at a golf ball as well, I mean, golf's a very personal game and sight and feel. And everything
I'm
else.
guilty of that.
Yeah,
the dimple pattern affects me.
Yeah, there you go, exactly. So yeah, so I mean, like I said, it was very apt. You said legendary and you know, old, because we definitely take that into consideration. So the new DT Solo, still the softest of the Titleist golf ball range. So if you're looking for a very soft golf ball, this is the one to go for.
In terms of feel.
In terms of feel, that's correct. Yes. Fairly low spinning. You know, won't perform as well as some of the other models around the green. Going to get more distance out of the new model because of the new aerodynamics. Again, slightly lower ball flight. So that's kind of the main performance change or benefit to using the new model. It also, as I said before, comes in a preference of yellow as well.
The bright snazzy yellow version.
That's right. Yeah. So so in white or yellow is
well. You know, with the new, with the 4 new re-engineered brands and with the the Titleist Pro V1s, I guess you have a ball for probably any kind of golfer out there right now.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean,
fantastic.
Pro V1, Pro V1X is always going to be the highest performing around the green. So, you know, most golfers will fit into a Pro V1 or Pro V1X. But if for whatever reason they don't want to play with a Pro V1 and Pro V1X, then we have the the performance
all the way down the line,
all the way down to the DT Solo. So a full range, absolutely.
Something for everybody.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Great, Tom.
Good.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks
Appreciate
very much.
it. Exciting products.
Thanks very much. Bye bye.
Bye. I'm Jugong from Golf Digest Singapore. Thank you.